Hey everybody, and welcome back to Vanessa's podcast, the best podcast in town, of course. There is no other place like it. No, there is a lot of place like my podcast. I visited a few other podcasts who are kind of similar to mine. Somewhere about life coaching, about tips on PTSD, a lot of different ones on writing and, helping you author, all this. So I'm doing that basically in a combo. And I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great that I can have the writing, part and my ideas and, my joy for just creating stories, small, long, shorts, whatever they are, even through vision, paintings and photography, which is, an art. It's always, using your creativity is always an art form. So, um, I really encourage everybody to get into it because even if you don't have the eye, attention to detail, if you get into it, you might actually discover that ability in you. So you never know, when I was little, I was collecting candles and I always loved to rearrange them on the shelf. And they were all different shapes, all different types. I had like an hippopotamus, an elephant. I had a little old lady. I had a tree. I had a bird. I had a heart. I had candies. I had a fake apple. I had all type of candles. They were beautiful. And I would just lay them and every night always just kind of make sure they all had their spot and they just looked beautifully. Just like decorating a front window. I always love that. And that's what I appreciate so much in Cleveland is the front store window or some art shops that I've been into, and they're so beautiful, so pretty. And a lot of time I go by, I'm like, I should be the one. I should be the one doing that. This is what I should be doing. Setting up displays because it's just a joy. But this world can be cold and can be created, and if you have to fight and kill each other just to get what you want, that's not really where I want to go. And it's just, I think it was more sunny old days when people just more more at peace with themselves and less selfish. I mean, just more kind. Altogether, I think today, with the technology, everybody's so overwhelmed. Everything is going into chaos. Everybody's stressed out. And it could also be this silly, silly flare, the silly, alarm sound, like that the honking noise that never stops, it's just, 100 miles an hour. And I really do like quiet. So anyways, I did mention that I was going to discuss murder mystery or murder investigation writing. So I'm going to get on that briefly. I haven't done any research on it. I just mainly listen to different podcasts. I also watch documentaries. I watch 2 documentaries on Ted Bundy and the new series. Which was narrated by the real people, which was astonishingly good. I loved it. I was really pleased with it. I was pleased that they show the victim more than they show the murderer, and really gave this grief time to the family. So much that it made me cry. It was very touching. Anyway. I also read a few articles and things like this just to kind of get like, a feel of how is it to actually write a murder investigation, like my latest book, The Killer by the Railroad. I just, I think I mixed a bunch of different shows, like Criminal Minds. I did state that in the past, like Law and Order, CV units, any type of crime series, even Rainbow, anything that just like kind of spark a memory, and even like add a few other shows and maybe movies I've seen in between. and so many other reference. Like I remember at the time I was into trying to get a like visa, learning about how to survive in China, how to get a visa in China and Japan, how to get sponsored, how to work there as a teacher, how to get hired. So I got into that. That's why I got into the part of going to the clinic in Japan, and then Maine. I used to go there as a little girl. I didn't revisit after I was 12, but I always had that greatest memory. My aunt and my grandmother were teachers in the French camp, and that's also where my parents met. So it's always been in my heart, even though I haven't gone back since I was a little girl. So that's why I picked that location, and also I referred on my book, my little village Thoiry in France, which is south of Paris and south of Versailles. And so anyway, go back to how to write murder mystery investigation with your own words, with you establish like words and your authenticity. I'm not talking about being a pro here. I'm not talking about having years of experience. I'm not trying to teach how to do it. I'm just going to lay out the ways to get started. So I think for me to write the most intriguing and suspenseful murder mystery, you will start by gathering your ideas. Just gather all the ideas. Where it's gonna start, where it's gonna end. Just have an idea, because it can always change along the way. And what is the flaws and the potential and the qualities of your main characters. Now you have to decide if you're going to have two main characters, if you have just one main character, or if you're going to have 5 main characters, or if you're going to have lots and lots of different people coming and coming out of the scenes, and not really have one main character. The second thing is you want to bring the mystery part, which is the best part. So you want to make the scenes a little bit mysterious. So it can be the time of the day, the place, the sound, the atmosphere, the decoration, the vibration around, all of these things that give that feeling to the reader. So let's say you are in a forest, it's night, and you are looking for a place to camp. You're driving in an area that you have never drove before, and you see a little sign saying camp. And so you're just driving along, you're meeting a friend somewhere. Let's say you're meeting a friend somewhere in between that camp, and then you have to decide to go and say this is how you're starting the story. And then with that friend, you have a plan to either stay at the camp for a week and then find another camp, or decide to do something else totally different. Maybe you're going on a cruise ship or something. So decide where your story is going to start. Is it exciting? Is it scary? Is it mysterious? Is there a lot of weird noise in the forest? Do they meet somebody in the campground? Did somebody get eaten by a bear or something like this? Was there some wolves? Was there a backup story from the indigene of the forest in the old days? Or was there like a ritual that's been performed for you, something you need to know about? Was it just like a haunted story or something? After that, you can like move along with stating a few facts on the city that you are at, the town, the people, something like this. And then you gotta decide who is going to be doing those murders. So only you know, because you want to keep the mystery until the end. So you can decide to reveal the murder at the 3/4 of the book, or you can only decide to reveal it at the end. And you don't want to reveal it 100%, so it makes it more intriguing. So you want to allow the readers to, keep their imagination open, and so they can have different vision, or decide on their own how it really ended, or maybe allow them to have their own perception of what happened. What other thing can you add to make this investigation of this, murder taking place more exciting, more intriguing? Maybe how it's happening, how it's alarming the people around, the trademark, the emo killer, type. Maybe it's very weird. Maybe it's out of the ordinary. Maybe the murder's doing was murder for not one particular reason, or maybe a reason that no one knows. Maybe only one person knows, maybe 10 person knows, something like this. Then you want to make it either slightly violent or not non-violent, or towards love, or towards maybe it was a revenge thing, or you just gotta decide. Maybe you want to, bring back something like the person wasn't really killed, and then you found out that he was still alive, or maybe it was an accident. So you want to make the investigation a little deeper and deeper, and make it more exciting for the reader. So just imagine, a lot of people like to watch those type of shows, or crime shows. So you want to kind of bring it where you can see it with your own eyes, your imagination, but at the same time you're reading. So you don't want to make it too boring. So I know that me, when I'm reading something super boring, I can never go past 10 page. I don't know if I can even go past 5 to really tell you the truth. I'm not an avid reader, so, I really have to be interested. So you really got to get me right off the bat. After the first 5 page, I got to be so intrigued, even though it's not my type of book, let's say, and I just so intrigued. I'm so excited to know what's happening. Maybe the main character is so interesting that it makes me want to keep going. Also, you want to add a backup story. You want to make sure you tell about your personage, where they came from, who they are, and a little anecdote about them, something funny about them. Something maybe nobody knows about them, something hilarious, something that just kind of make your reader have a quick laugh. It's really important. You want to read, you want to laugh, you want to cry, you want to feel something. So that's the whole main purpose. So really, if you know further, or you're just a critic, you're a beta reader, you want to read my book, ask me, I'll send you a PDF version and tell me what you think about it. It's a short murder book, and I think I did a pretty good job for my first one. I'm very pleased with it. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy with it, and I can't even get the strength to do another one, even though I had somebody asking me to do another one. So I know I need to do another one. Anyway, that's all I have for now. So I hope that can help. If you want to ask me some free tips, be free to send me an email. Also, I have a fundraiser coming up for a company on March 6th, and that's on a Friday. It starts at 8 to 11 p.m. It's going to be a wine tasting. It's going to be a little buffet party, and that's going to be an auction prize. So if you can make it and if you want to donate, go on the website and donate. Otherwise, it's paypal.me/recursiveart16. Any amounts will help. Even with the party, it will actually help. So we can have a bigger prize, and also all the money raised, it's going to be towards the workshop place that I'm trying to have here in Cleveland, Ohio.